All right, we're going to figure out how to get perfectly crispy potatoes every single time. And we're going to do it by testing just one single factor, the way they're cut. By the end of this, you'll know exactly why this works. You know the feeling, right? You're going for that perfect golden brown crunch, but what you get is, well, a mess. Some bits are burnt, others are pale and kind of steamy. We're going to solve that right now by focusing on one key idea. And that idea is surface area. Seriously, it's the key to everything. The more of the potato's surface that's touching the hot pan, the more crispy, delicious crust you're going to get. Let's prove it with a really simple test. So to really see this in action, we're setting up a super simple controlled experiment. We're going to isolate just one thing, the cut of the potato, so we can get a crystal clear result. And you don't need anything fancy for this. Just potatoes, a little oil, some salt, a regular skillet, and a spatula. This is an experiment anyone can do, right in their own kitchen. Okay, so this right here is our one and only variable. We're taking the same batch of potatoes and creating two different groups. Half of them are going to be cut small and flat, which gives them a ton of surface area. The other half, we're cutting those into big, thick chunks, which have way less surface area for their size. Now, to make sure this is a fair fight, everything else stays exactly the same. The only thing changing is the cut size. We're using the same pan, the same medium-high heat, and the exact same amount of oil. That way, we know for sure that any difference we see is because of the cut and nothing else. All right, test designed. Time to get cooking and see what happens. This is where we get to watch the whole principle of surface area play out right in front of our eyes. First things first, get 2 tablespoons of oil into your skillet and get it heating up over medium-high. You want that oil shimmering. That temperature is so important. It's what gives you that initial hard sear you need to build a good crust. And now, both cuts, the small ones and the big chunks, go into the hot pan at the exact same time. Putting them in together is essential. It means they both get the exact same cooking conditions from the very beginning. Okay, listen up, because this is a huge common mistake. It is so tempting to start shuffling those potatoes around, but don't do it. You have to let them sit. That direct, undisturbed contact with the hot pan is what forms the crust. So let's watch how this plays out. After about 2 minutes, you'll hear that sizzle kick in as the water starts to cook out. But look here, at the 5-minute mark, the small, flat pieces are already getting those beautiful golden edges. Now, fast forward to 8 minutes, and the big chunks are only just starting to get any color at all. The difference is already huge. So the main thing to watch for here is how fast and how evenly everything is browning. And it's obvious. The smaller pieces, with all that surface area touching the pan, are browning way faster and much more consistently. And this is why it matters so much. If you had just thrown all these different sizes into one pan, you'd be guaranteed to get unevenly cooked potatoes. By the time your big chunks are finally done, the little ones would be totally burnt. This is the perfect illustration of why cutting everything the same size is so important. Okay, the cooking is done. The results are in. Let's break down the final verdict and really lock in the principle we've just seen in action. I mean, just look at this side by side. The difference is night and day. On the left, our small, flat cuts are gorgeous, deeply golden brown. You can just see the crispiness, and the texture is perfect. On the right, the large chunks, they're pale, barely browned, and have a soft, almost steamy texture. So what's the science here? Well, it's a simple chain reaction. More surface area means more potato is touching the hot pan. More contact means a faster, more even browning reaction. And those small, flat cuts were literally designed to maximize that contact. It's that simple. And the final proof is in the texture. You can just feel it. The small cuts have that amazing, satisfying crispiness we wanted from the start, and the large chunks, they're still just soft. The experiment couldn't be clearer. So we just proved a fundamental rule of cooking with a simple potato. But this isn't just about potatoes, of course. This applies to everything: searing a steak, roasting vegetables, frying chicken. The real question is, now that you truly understand how surface area creates texture, what are you going to cook differently?